You know what the definition of insanity is. Doing the same thing over and over and over again and accepting a different result. You know better, but you constantly find yourself doing this in your career. Putting your head down, just doing the work, not advocating for yourself at work, not asking for the raise, not hiring a career coach, continuing to be frustrated and angry and disappointed and angry that you're overworked and underpaid in an industry that's not serving you. You know that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and accepting a different result, but nothing has changed in your career all year. If this is where you are, this live is for you, because we're going to talk about why doing the same thing over and over and over again, applying for 100 jobs, talking to your boss and trying to get what you want without actually having direction in those conversations, staying stuck in a role that's no longer serving you. We're going to talk about kind of how we get there, like the mentality of that, like how we get stuck in that space. And we're going to talk about how to get out of that space, right? And really what you can be doing to get out of this insanity loop as it relates to your career and actually get into a place of action. I'm Ashley. I'm the lead mentor with Mentor Me. And my greatest commitment is to help women make more money and have more impact in their career, to ensure that high achieving professional women never feel stuck, never feel like there's nothing more for them, never feel like they can't advance their career because they don't know what to do. My job is to provide expert level mentorship, coaching, and support so that high achieving professional women can really see real career advancements and make more money and have more impact. I do this through two of my mentorship programs, the Mentor Me Mastermind, which is a 6-month executive coaching experience, and my Mentor Me Accelerator, which is a 8-week career advancement program for new and mid-level professional women. And if you are a professional woman who has been living in insanity in your career, if you've been applying for hundreds of jobs, if you've been, looking on LinkedIn and looking on Indeed and looking everywhere for a job and can't find it, if you constantly are depressed and overwhelmed and frustrated and bored in your work and you've been stuck there for a long time, the definition of insanity is to stay stuck there. What I want to sort of talk about is what I know you've tried to solve your career problems. And, I'm a career coach, right? Like a big part of my work is helping women find new jobs, right? Like that's a big part of my work. But the thing is that it's not just about finding a new job. It's not just about the $20, $30, $40, $50,000 salary increases I help my mentees secure. A big part of my work is helping you think differently about yourself, about your career, about what's available for you so that you don't repeat the same bad habits and you don't go with the same mindset that you have in your current career where you're struggling and you take that into a new career where you can thrive. I think one of the biggest challenges for professional women is not, quite frankly, that you can't find a job, not that you can't secure a new role, not that you don't have the skill set. It's that you are suffering from believing a lot of myths, a lot of lies, a lot of outdated information about what's true for you in your career. And you've taken those myths and you've taken that outdated information and you've taken those lies and you've believed them to be true. And now you're operating in misinformation and a lack of real knowledge. And now you feel stuck in your career because of it. And let me know if you're watching this on replay. Let me know if you can relate to that. Let me know if you constantly feel like, well, I just can't find a new job because I live in a rural area, or, I can't switch jobs because I'm not going to be able to, carry my 401k, or I can't switch jobs because these new jobs don't have the same benefits as my old job, or, I can't transition industries because, I don't have any transferable skills, or they're not going to hire nobody that's old or young, or, it's like all these myths, all these lies that you believe about the world of work. And quite frankly, that you likely believe about yourself, and they are absolutely holding you back in your ability to advance your career. And because you believe these lies, you keep operating in these lies. This is the definition of insanity, right? You keep operating in these lies. You keep operating in this mistruth. You keep operating in a place where you don't really know what to do next in your career. So you just put your head down and do the work. You ignore the disrespect from your boss. You ignore that other people are, getting raises and promotions over you. You ignore the fact that you have skill sets that are dying, that are just wasted because you are not seeking advancement. You're ignoring the fact that your bills are piling up and you make so little money that you can't ever catch up, right? Like, you're ignoring all of that fact and just hoping that things get better, hoping that you doing the same thing over and over again is going to yield some different result. And I'm here to tell you that this is the literal definition of insanity. We cannot continue to sit in a space where we're doing the same thing all the time, where we're just going along to get along, where we're just, complacent in our career and expect career advancement, expect to make more money, expect to feel happy and fulfilled in our career. That's not going to be true for you, right? Like, there is no magic in career, right? There's no magic. This is not a mystical thing. This is just about really being committed to positioning yourself as an expert and speaking to your expertise in a way that's going to make employers take notice. And that kind of commitment, that kind of energetic effort really comes from doing something different in your career. And, this is only for the girls who are doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. This is for the girls who are trying to do everything they know. They keep updating their resume. They going on LinkedIn, taking LinkedIn learning courses. I mean, this is for the girls who are doing all the things they know to do, doing everything they know to do, and they're still not seeing results in their jobs. They're still not seeing, advancements in their career, still not being the person that their organization sees as valuable. This is for you, right? This conversation is for you. If you've been doing the same thing and you're living the kind of career life you want to live, then this is not for you. You are doing great. Keep at it, sis. But for the women who feel frustrated, who feel underwhelmed, who feel like left behind in their career, they feel like everyone else is kind of moving along without them, that I guess all the other girls got some career secret that they don't have. If that's where you are, if that's how you feel in your career, this conversation is for you. And I guess I just want to share with you that the frustration, the anger, the disappointment, the just lack of interest that you have in your career right now, it does not have to be like that. The world of work does not have to be like that. I think that a lot of times we think that work has to be horrible, that work has to suck, that we have to hate our boss, that we have to hate, everything about our career, that, we can't advance, that there's nothing else for us to do. And we just think that work sucks and that's just the way it is. And I'm just going to have to live like that. But I'm here to tell you, or maybe I'm here to remind you, that work does not have to be like that. Work does not have to be horrible. You don't have to hate your job. You don't have to hate your boss. You can do meaningful work in the industry and an organization you care about. You can drive real results. You can make major moves in your career, and you don't have to stay stuck where you are, right? And so if that's something that, even if you don't believe today, but you want to be true for you, I invite you into mentorship. Because, at the point that you start to feel desperate, at the point that you start to feel despair, at the point where you start to feel like, I don't know what to do next, I don't know how to get out of this never-ending loop of being unhappy in my career, at that point, that's a really critical point to get help in your career. Because at that point, one of two things are going to happen. Either you're going to continue to feel desperate in your career, you're going to continue to feel unhappy, you're going to continue to feel disconnected, you're going to continue to feel disillusioned. Because of that disconnection, that disillusionment, you are going to start to poorly perform at work. You might not even recognize it at first. You might not even mean to, but over time, your work is going to start to your lack of work ethic is going to start to show. You don't really care anymore. You're disconnected. You're kind of turning in sloppy work. You're half doing things. You're getting into petty little arguments with everybody at work. Someone, your boss, your supervisor, a colleague notices, they write you up for poor performance. Now you're frustrated because you're on a performance improvement plan when you used to be a stellar top performer. Now they're trying to usher you out the door, and if they do, you're fired, you're unemployed, and you have nothing to show for it, right? Like, that is the pathway of doing the same thing over and over again and accepting a different result in your career. The other pathway is that you just quit, right? And I've seen this happen to so many women, right? They get frustrated in their career. They get disillusioned. They're like, I'm going to go off and be an entrepreneur, or, I'm just going to go off. I'm just going to quit this job and just try to find a new one. I'm going to focus on my job search. The only problem is you're taking all of the baggage, all of the disappointment, all of the low self-esteem and the low self-efficacy. You're taking all of that and you're trying to shove it into a job search, and you're still not seeing results in that job search. You're still not seeing outcomes. You're still not seeing the kinds of results that you desire to see. And so I guess I just want you to know that I hear you, that I see you, that you're not alone in this. And this is the literal definition of insanity, sis. We cannot continue to do the same things over and over again and expect a different result. If you're looking for a different result in your career, it's time to do something different. If something different would be mentorship, if you've never invested in your career development to get expert level support, this is an invitation to you. This is something different. This will move the needle, right? This will get us unstuck. And I know that maybe you've been trying to get unstuck all year. You've been trying to get unstuck in your career all quarter. You've been trying to get unstuck in your career all month. But the definition of insanity is to keep applying for hundreds of jobs, not getting callbacks, not getting in front of employers, or getting in front of employers, getting on interviews and bombing them, and just keep and continue to sort of go at it on your own, right? Like, that is the literal definition of insanity. So I just want to invite you into a solution-oriented pathway, which is mentorship. And it may feel counterintuitive. I think sometimes it can feel counterintuitive to hire a career coach or get help in your career when you don't know what you're doing. And this is something that I hear from a lot of women. They're like, well, Ashley, I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do in my career, and then I'll work with you. Like, I'm just trying to figure out what what I want to do in my career. And I'm here to tell you, this is also the definition of insanity. My job, right? My job as a mentor is to help you figure out what to do in your career. You going off and trying to figure it out on your own and then coming to find me is not going to be as fruitful as us figuring it out together. And here's why. Because maybe what you figured out is inaccurate. Maybe what you figured out isn't comprehensive. Maybe what you figured out isn't relevant to the job market right now, right? And because I'm doing research around that all the time, because I'm a literal career development expert that's constantly researching what's going on in the field, what's going to work, how to help high achieving professional women translate their skills into different industries, because I have a great expertise in that, we can work together to figure out what's next in your career, so that when I help you make that transition, we're doing so with a lot of insight, with a lot of knowledge, with a lot of support. I mean, sometimes women come to me and they're like, well, Ashley, I got to figure out my career first before I get help with a career coach. And that's the exact opposite of what you should be doing, sis. The time to come to me is when you don't know what to do, when you're confused, when you don't know what the next industry is, when you're not sure of if you should be, getting a new degree, if you should be going back to school, if you should take some type of certification, if you should transition industries, if you should, take a lateral move over here. Those are the kinds of conversations we're having in mentorship. My job as a mentor is to help guide your decision making so that you don't pitfall, so that you don't make a wrong decision, or you don't make a decision that's not aligned with your values and the things that you really care about in your career. And so at the moment that you're experiencing confusion, at the moment where you're like, I don't know what to do next, at the moment where you're not seeing results in your job search, do not fall into the definition of insanity, which is to do the same things you've been doing and expect a different result. I want to invite you to get expert level mentorship so we can get out of the insanity loop and actually start to drive some results in our job search. The first step in working with me in mentorship is to schedule a call with me. I want to promise you that I'm not intimidating. The same girl that you see in the Insta stories, the same girl that you see on my feed, I'm that same woman. I'm here to serve you. I'm here to ask questions about what's going on in your career. I'm here to help provide support and direction, and to really help you think critically about what are you doing well in your career right now? Where are you stuck and challenged, and how we can take what you do well to actually help you catapult your career going forward, right? We're going to talk about that. And we're also going to really just talk about where you desire next for your career. Maybe for you, this is a season of ease. You're like, Ashley, I want a job where I enjoy the work, where it's full of passion, where I'm, celebrated for my expertise. Maybe for you, it's like, Ashley, I want a job where I'm getting a $30,000 salary increase. The only thing that matters to me right now is earning more money. Maybe for you, it's like, Ashley, I need a job that's closer to home. I feel like my current job is too far. The commute is draining. I don't want that. Maybe for you, it's a remote job, right? Maybe it's a hybrid job that allows you more flexibility to spend time with friends and family. Maybe for you, it's a comprehensive healthcare, right? I primarily serve women. Women are the primary people who have children. Constantly, I'm talking to my mentees about making sure they're only applying for jobs with comprehensive health care, right? Whether it's maternal health care or mental health care or mental health days off, whatever the package that you want to build at this stage in your career that's aligned with your priorities. My job as a mentor is to help you get those kind of benefits in the world of work. But the definition of insanity is applying to any and every job and hoping something stick. Applying for any and every job and then getting a job and then be like, oh my God, I don't get healthcare benefits for another year, or they paid time off and sick leave sucks, right? Like you're just out here applying and trying to see what you can make happen and wasting a lot of time and a lot of energy. And if you've been at that for months, if you've been at that for years. Often I talk to women who are like, Ashley, I've been following you for years. And I'm like, girl, why are we just not talking? Why would you follow a career development expert for years and never actually engage in a conversation with her when the call is free, when you could just schedule the call and get the help you need? Like, I just don't understand that. So I really just want to invite you out of insanity and into action. If you are a professional woman who needs support in your career, you can schedule a call with me today. You can do so right on my website at mentor-me.org. That's mentor-me.org. When you schedule that call, we'll talk about what's going on in your career. I'll be able to support you and really, I'll first be asking lots of questions, really working to understand what's going on in your career, and then support you in helping you make the best next decision for your career as you seek to advance. So I want to share with you that I'm accepting new mentees right now in all of my mentorship programs, both my Mentor Me Accelerator and my Mentor Me Mastermind. On the call, we'll figure out which is the best step for you. Schedule that call today right on my website at mentor-me.org. That's mentor-me.org. I so look forward to talking with you about your career this week. And thanks so much for watching. Bye.